So, outline of today lecture is like mobile attack vectors, existing vulnerability in your Android phone, how we can do Android routings, and how many tools are available for Android routing. So, let us start with mobile attack vectors. By definition, an attack vector is a method or technique that a hacker uses to gain access to another computing device or network in order to inject a bad code, often called a payload. This vector helps hackers to exploit system vulnerabilities. Many of these attacks vectors take advantage of human elements as it is the weakest points of this system. So this is the semantics. Here you will get idea about mobile attack vectors. So hackers choose some attack vectors, then they start attacks. For that they find some system weaknesses, or we can say they find the security weaknesses, and then when they exploit that weaknesses, they find the control on the systems, and finally we say our system got hacked. This is a similar procedure possible either in your laptop or maybe in your mobile. Some of the mobile vectors are malware, data exfiltration. Malware consists of virus and rootkit, application modification, OS modification. Data exfiltration cover data leaves the organization, print a screen, copy to USB and backup loss. Some other data vectors in addition to malware and data exfiltration, there is data tampering and data loss. Data tampering consists of modification by another application, undetected tamper attempts, jailbroken devices. Data loss consists of device loss, unauthorized device access, application vulnerabilities, and so if so many mobile attack vectors exist, so there should be some consequences of attack vectors also. So attack vectors is the hacking process as explained. It is a successful flowing is the impact on your mobile device. So first impact will losing your data. If your mobile device has been hacked or a virus introduced, then all your stored data is lost and taken by the attacker. 2. Bad use of your mobile resources, which means that your network or mobile device can go in overload, so you are unable to access your genuine services. In worst scenarios, to be used by the hackers to attach another machine or network. There are some other consequences also. In addition to losing your data, bad use of your mobile resources, there is a reputation loss and there is an identity theft. In case your Facebook account or business email account is hacked, the hacker can send fake messages to your friends, business partners, and other contacts. This might damage your reputation. Identity theft. There can be case of identity theft such as photo, name, address, credit card, etc., and the same can be used for a crime. So next topic in today's lecture is existing vulnerabilities in Android. Infecting the device with mobile spyware is performed differently for Android and iOS devices. Android means users are tricked to download an apps from the market or from a third-party application, generally by using social engineering attacks. Remote infection can also be performed through a man-in-the-middle attacks where an active adversary intercepts the user's mobile communication to inject the malware. iOS. iOS infection requires physical access to the mobile. Infecting the device can also be through exploiting a zero-day such as jailbreak ME exploit. Installing a backdoor is also an existing vulnerability in Android. To install a backdoor, we require some administrator privilege by rooting Android device and jailbreaking Apple devices. So the term rooting Android devices and jailbreaking Apple devices. Despite device manufacturers placing rooting or jailbreaking detection mechanism, mobile spyware easily bypasses them. In Android, rooting detection mechanisms do not apply to intentional rooting. iOS, the jailbreaking community is vociferous and motivated. So, bypassing encryption mechanism and infiltrating information. This is one of the existing vulnerability in Android. Then, spyware send mobile content such as encrypted emails and messages to the attacker server in plain text. The spyware does not directly attack the secure container. It grabs the data at the point where the user pulls up data from the secure container in order to read it. At that stage, when the content is decrypted for the usage, the spyware takes control of the content and sends it on. So, see the existing vulnerability in Android in a one picture. The first vulnerability are impersonation that include SMS redirection, sending email messages, posting to social media. Financial vulnerability in Android are sending premium rate SMS messages, stealing transaction authentication number, extortion via ransomware, phone number, fake antivirus, and making expensive calls. So, if I get a access of mobile, then what I will do? I will do so only ISD call, not the STD call that is a free for 28 days. I will do some ISD call. So if you have a postpaid connection, then you will have so many bills. Also, there is a premium rate SMS message. On that message, if you send, we charge it 3 rupees or 5 rupees. So I will send message to those. Then there is a botnet activity, also possible inside Android. We can launch DDoS attacks from your mobile. By controlling your mobile, we use your mobile and launch DDoS attack. We can click fraud, we can sending premium rate SMS messages. Data theft consists of account details, contacts, call logs, phone number, stealing data via app vulnerability, stealing international mobile equipment identity number. So this is the full form of IMEI and you should remember it. International Mobile Equipment Identity Number. International Mobile Equipment Identity Number. Also, we can do surveillance like audio, camera, call logs, location, SMS messages. That means what we talk or mobile will send that what I am talking with someone in my home, my mobile will record and send that. It will send the video of my room to someone who has hacked my mobile. Also, hacker can get access of the call logs, hacker can get access of the location where I am going, and also hacker can get the access of SMS messages stored in my mobile inbox or sent. So, these are the general idea, but if you go to OWASP list, they have a 10 vulnerability classification, top 10 vulnerability classification in mobile device. First one is improper platform usage. Second one is insecure data. Third one is insecure communication. Fourth one is insecure authentication. Fifth one is insufficient cryptography. Sixth one is insecure authorization. Seventh one is client code quality. Eighth one is code tampering. Ninth one is reverse engineering. Tenth one is extraneous functionality. So, my voice is audible to us? You? Hello?
It's audible.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Okay, okay. So, let read everyone should read this 10 top 10 vulnerability classification. Then I will discuss one by one. Then let me drink water. So, first one is improper platform usage. What do you mean by improper platform usage? This category covers the misuse of a platform features or the failures to use platform security controls. It might include Android intents, platform permissions, misuse of Touch ID, the keychain, or some other security control that is part of the mobile operating system. There are several ways that mobile apps can experience this risk of improper platform usage. Second one, insecure data. This new category is a combination of M2 and M4 from Mobile Top 10 2014 vulnerability list. This covers insecure data storage and unintended data leakage. This covers poor handshaking, incorrect SSL version, weak negotiation, clear text communication of sensitive assets. M4 is insecure authentication. This category captures the notion of authenticating the end user or bad session management. This includes failing to identify the users at all when that should be required, failure to maintain the user's identity when it is required, and the last but not least, weaknesses in session management. Fifth one is insufficient cryptography. The code applies cryptography to a sensitive information assets. However, the cryptography is insufficient in some way. Note that anything and everything related to TLS or SSL goes in M3. Also, if the apps fail to use cryptography at all when it should, that probably belong in M2. So this category is for issues where cryptography was attempted but it was not done correctly. Sixth one, insecure authorization. This is a category to capture any failures in authorization, for example, authorization decision in the client side, force browsing, etc. It is distinct from authentication issue, for example, device enrollment, user identification, etc. If the app does not authenticate the users at all in a situation where it should, for example, granting anonymous access to some resource or service when authenticated and authorized access is required, then what is the authentication failure, not an authorization failure? M7 Client Code Quality. This was the security decision via untrusted inputs, one of our lesser used categories. This would be the case-all for code-level implementation problem in the mobile client that is distinct from the server-side coding mistakes. This would capture things like buffer overflow, format string vulnerabilities, and various other code-level mistakes where the solution is to rewrite some codes that is running on the mobile device. M8 Code tampering. This category covers binary patching, local resource modification, method hooking, method swizzling, and dynamic memory modification. Once the application is delivered to the mobile device, the code and data resources are resident there. An attacker can either directly modify the code, change the content of the memory dynamically, change or replace the system API that the application uses, or modify the application data and resources. This can provide the attackers a direct method of subverting the intent use of the software for personal or monetary gain. M9 is reverse engineering. This category includes analysis of the fine core binary to determine its source code, libraries, algorithms, and other assets. Software such as IDA Pro, Hopper, OTool, and other binary inspection tools gives the attacker insight into the inner workings of the application. This may be used to exploit other nascent vulnerability in the application as well as revealing information about backend servers, cryptography constants and ciphers and intellectual property. M10 is extraneous functionality. Often developers include hidden backdoor functionality or other internal development security control that are not intended to be released into a production environment. For example, a developer may accidentally include a password as a comment in a hybrid app. Another example includes disabling of two-factor authentication during testing. Then, the next concept is routing. Routing an Android phone lets the owner add, delete, edit, or delete system files, which in turn lets them perform various tweaks and use apps that require root access. Nowadays, Magisk is the de facto routing solution that lets you have the root access by leaving the system partition untouched and modifying the boot partition. This is why it is referred to as systemless root methods. Before getting started with Magisk, make sure that you have access to a PC or Mac with ADB and fastboot installed. The bootloader of the target Android device is unlocked. For Samsung device, unlocking the bootloader will trip KNOX. Though, so these are 4 steps of Android routing. Identify the type of boot image, step 1. Step 2, locating the boot image. Step 3, patching the boot image. Step 4 is verification. So, step 1, identifying the type of the boot image. For that, we download the latest version of Magisk SK app from the project GitHub repository. Since the APK of Magisk SK is hosted outside of the Google Play Store, you may need to allow side-loading apps from unknown sources first, then manually install the downloaded package. After installing, we need to note down the values of following parameters. And parameters are RAM disk, AB, SAR. Step 2 is locating the boot image. In order to patch the boot image of your device, you need to extract it from the official firmware package. In case you are using a custom ROM like Linux OS, then the flexible zip file contains the boot image. So there are two cases. Case 1 is you have access to the recovery flexible zip file. Case 2 is you have access to the fast boot flexible image. So step 3 is patching the boot image. Now that we have the boot image in hand, we should proceed with the patching parts. Now again, we have two cases. Case 1, the value of RAM disk parameter is yes. And the case 2 is The value of RAM disk parameter is no. Step 4 of routing is verification. The last step is to verify that everything is working properly. Look at the newly installed Magisk app and open it. We want to see a version number beside the installed parameter. This means you have successfully obtained root access. Then, now we start discussing tools available for the routing. So the first tool is Kingo is another free software for Android routing. We have discussed Magisk. Now we are going to discuss Kingo. Kingo is another free software for Android routing. Like Wondershare TunesGo, it also enables you to root your Android phone or tablet in one click. It supports Android 2.3 up to Android 4.2.2 and works well with HTC phone, Samsung phone, Sony phone, Motorola phone, Lenovo phone, LG phone, Acer phone, and so on. The download URL of Kingo tool is www.kingoapp.com. Benefits of this tool are: this tool is fully compatible with Android 2.3 up to Android 4.2.2. Another advantage of this tool is it allows us to enable to remove root at any time. Third advantage is it is free of charge. And fourth and last advantage of this tool is it is safe and risk free. But there is also some disadvantage of this tool, that is it does not support Android 4.4 or up. So again, after discussing Magisk and Kingo, the next tool used for Android routing is SRS Root is a little routing software for Android. With it, you can root your Android phone or tablet, as well as remove root access of rooted Android device with a single click. It is free of charge and provides with you two ways to root. One is root device and another is root device using all methods and other is root device using a smart root. You can download these tools from www.srsroot.com. Advantage of this tool is it works well with Android 1.5 up to Android 4.2. It support on the root also. Disadvantage of this tool is it does not support Android 4.4 or up. Third tool is called Root Genius, created in China. As its name suggests, Root Genius is a smart Android root software created in China. It makes Android routing simple, easy, and fast. URL to download this tool is www.suame.com/en/root. First advantage of this tool is it supports more than 10,000 Android phones. Second advantage of this tool is one click to root, simple and easy. Third advantage of this tool is it enables to flash custom ROM and remove built-in apps after rooting. Fourth advantage of this tool is it is compatible with Android from 2.2 to 6. And the major advantage of this tool is it is free. So here you see it support up to 4.4, it support up to Android 4.4, but it support up to Android 6 versions. Disadvantage of this tool is not offer on root function for the time. So the fifth tool used for routing is iRoot. So we have discussed Magic SK, we have discussed Kingo, we have discussed SRS Root, we have discussed Root Genius. The next tool we are going to discuss is iRoot. So just like Root Genius, iRoot is another powerful tool, software created by Chinese people. Just one click and you can be the master of your rooted phone or tablet. Download URL is www.mgyun.com/cn/getberoot. So today you may download these 5 tools and use one by one for your Android phone and enjoy the routing. The benefits of this tool is it benefits of iRoot tool is it supports thousands of Androids. Great. It has a highest success rate of rooting Android. It is also free of charge. Disadvantage of this tool is it does not offer on root function for the time. So let me download.
Sir, limit for this, sir.
Wait.
Sir, Android limit for this tool, sir.
Android limit. Yes, it is a not mentioned. I have just we may visit and see.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This is a Chinese. mygift.com. Wow. This tool is okay, they have shifted to their official website dedicated to them. Wow, the best one-click Android root server for free. Refresh your device after rooting with iRoot software APK. It has rooted almost 38 crores, approx billions. They have rooted. You may download for Android or download for PC and then you may. So let us check. If you do not ask, then you may not verify. Yes, it is working.
विष्णु जी आपसे एक सहायता चाहिए आप एक्सटर्नल
Kingo root.
क्लास में
Yes, yes. Kingo root is
एक्सटर्नल एग्जाम किए थे ना 2 क्लासेस का वो मार्क भेजे हुए होंगे मेरे पास वो मेल लिंक छोड़ दिया वो नहीं है
कोई नहीं, 5 मिनट.
अच्छा कंप्लीट करके लीजिए थैंक यू
So that root is not working. Na? Root genius. Okay, so let us download this PPT. Let us download this PDF. We may open Google Classroom. Unit 4, Lecture 4. Today is 7th February.